This content discusses extreme violence against Indigenous women, and it could be triggering. Why is May 5th recognized as Missing and Murdered Indigenous Women's Awareness Day? And why are so many Indigenous people wearing red? Let's start with Hannah Harris, a Northern Cheyenne woman. On May 5th, Hannah should be celebrating her 31st birthday. Instead, thousands commemorate MMIW Awareness Day in her honor. Hannah was only 21 when she disappeared from Lame Deer, Montana in 2013. Hannah was brutally raped and beaten to death. Unfortunately, Hannah's story is not unique. Across North America, thousands of Indigenous women have gone missing or have been murdered. Native women face disproportionate rates of violence, homicide, and abduction. The murder rate for Indigenous women in the United States is 10 times the rate of the national average. Many of these crimes go unreported and remain unsolved. The root cause of this brutality lies in the racism which is entrenched in the structure of settler colonialism. These systems of control devalue Indigenous lives, perpetuating the harmful belief that the only good Indian is a dead Indian. This dehumanization has led to Indigenous women becoming victims of sex trafficking, countless murders, and kidnappings. The stories are heart-wrenching and the details are horrifying. And what's truly sickening is that the blame is often placed on Indigenous communities. The names mentioned here are just a fraction of those who have been killed or are still missing. Savannah LaFontaine Graywind, Spirit Lake Nation. She was abducted and killed by her neighbors. After she was murdered, they cut her unborn baby from her. Incredibly, Savannah's baby survived. Look up Savannah's Act, which was passed in 2020. Tina Fontaine, Seguin First Nation. At age 15, she was murdered. She was wrapped in plastic and dumped in the Red River. Her killer was acquitted. Sharon Abram, Seguin First Nation. Mother of 5, she was killed in 2004. She was killed by serial killer Robert Pickton. He fed her dead body to pigs. Selena Not Afraid, Crow Nation. In 2020, she was found dead at age 16. So many questions left unanswered. These are just a few names. There's thousands more. So why do we wear red on May 5th? In many tribes, red is known to be the color spirits can see, and it calls to our ancestors. Whether you see a red handprint painted over a mouth or red dresses hanging, it means no more stolen sisters. It stands for all the missing relatives whose voices have been silenced.